Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new on my channel, then welcome. Today's video is a very quick tutorial, or at least I think it's going to be a quick tutorial, but I guess we'll see in the end. On the look that I'm wearing on my face right now, the main thing is the eye look, which was actually requested by a lovely subscriber, so thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for requesting this eye look. You guys, you cannot know how happy it makes me when you do requests, or when you just leave comments in general. It really makes my day, and I'm just so thrilled to read them, to read your feedback and all the lovely comments that you leave me. So thank you so much for taking the time to leave me your thoughts. And yeah, well, as you could probably gather, my main point is that just feel free to leave suggestions or any kind of requests that you have down in the comment section, and I would love to do them for you, as long as I know how to do them. It's all good. This particular look was actually the look that I was wearing in my Anastasia Beverly Hills lip palette review video. Well, at least the eyes were as you see in the video. The rest of the face, I just couldn't remember for the life of me all the products that I used on my face, so I just tried to use whatever I felt like using today and what I thought would create a similar look. Well, except the lipstick, because this is something that I just really wanted to try out. I hadn't tried this specific color yet, and also since it was a lip swatch video, I am pretty sure that I wasn't even wearing any lipstick in that video anyway, because I was just swatching different lip palette shades. So yeah, I just thought it'd be a perfect time to kind of sneak that little Jouer mini liquid lipstick from the holiday nude collection thing that they came out with, and I just recently got that, so I really wanted to try that shade. So yeah, that was kind of like a win-win situation. But I'm sorry, I've been talking for such a long time. The eye look itself is fairly simple, and all of the shades that are on my eyes are from the Tartelette palette by Tarte. So yeah, I really hope that you guys like the tutorial, and as I have already said like 100 times, if you want to see some more tutorials, or if you have any more requests, then leave them in the comment section down below, and I will definitely read them, and I will definitely get back to you about that. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. Okie dokie. So we're starting off with the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the shade Vanilla, and I'm just using my finger to spread that all over my eyelids, which are really red and veiny and definitely need covering up. And next we are going to set that, so to say, primer in place with the shade Free Spirit. And I'm just packing that all over the eyelids, making sure I cover everything. And then I go in with the Catrice Camouflage Cream Concealer in the Wake Up Effect, I think that's what it is. And I'm just putting that underneath my eyes to cover up those dark circles. And then I'm using my current favorite. This is the primer I've been using every single day. It is the Catrice Prime and Fine Pore-Refining Anti-Shine Base, and this just creates the perfect canvas for makeup. I love how it makes my skin look. But we're moving on to the eye look now, which is the main thing. And I'm first laying down the color Natural Beauty, and I am brushing that mainly on the outer V and also in the crease. I'm not too precise with it, but I am trying to keep it in the outer V and in the crease. Now, once we have the transition shade down, I am taking the shade Best Friend, and I am putting that pretty much in the same place. I'm just keeping it even more concentrated and focusing this more so on the outer V, and very lightly dragging it also into the crease. And then I went over the edges with the initial crease brush just to make sure that everything is blended, and I felt like some of the Natural Beauty shade got lost, so I added a bit of that in there as well. And then came the darkest part of the eye look, and that is the shade Bombshell, and I am just putting that very close to my lash line and working it upwards in a V shape kind of thing. So I'm pretty much just creating this triangle shape and trying to make it as diffused as possible. So I'm just going in between different brushes and adding the color, just packing it on, and then going back with the previous more fluffy blending brushes to make sure that all of the shadows are really seamless and like actually blended, because especially with this palette sometimes there are issues with blending, but you know, it's all good. So then the last shade that I added was Caregiver, and I just basically packed that on the lid where it was bare of all the darker shades. Next up, I curled my eyelashes and I used the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara, and also added some falsies, because you know how I am. So I added the House of Lashes Starlet lashes, which are my current favorites, and then I also tight lined with the Anastasia Beverly Hills waterproof cream color in the shade Jet. So yeah, this is the eyes done. We just have the lower lash line as well, but pretty much done. And then I went for the base. So this time I was using one of my holy grails, which is the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation in the shade Deauville. Okay, just don't quote me on this. The name's gonna be on the screen somewhere anyway, so you know, check the shade out from there. For concealer, I used my beloved Tarte Shape Tape, so original, I know, and this is in the shade Light Neutral, I believe, yeah. And I'm just beauty blending that in as well, making sure I get all of my areas covered that need covering. And don't mind me if you see me like singing or just moving my mouth. I'm just singing. So next I moved on to my brows, and of course I'm using the Catrice SlimMatic Ultra Precise Brow Pencil in the shade Dark, and then I went over it with the L'Oreal Brow Artist Plumper in the shade Medium/Dark. My usual brow routine, and then I set my under eyes in place with the RCMA No Color Powder. Again, no surprises there. And then quickly finishing up the lower lash line with the same shades. First off, using the shade Best Friend and really closely packing it on the lower lash line. Blended it out slightly with the initial crease brush, and then I took an even more precise brush and used the shade Bombshell really close to my waterline, and again blended it out. And then it was time for some brow bone highlight and some inner corner highlight, so I used the shade Free Spirit under my brows and the shade Supermom in the inner corners of my eyes. Then I finished off the eye look with some lower lash mascara as well, with the traditional MAC Full/Slash Extreme Black Mascara. And as you could see, I had some trouble opening up the highlighter. I used Mary-Lou by theBalm, putting it in all the usual places, you know, on the cheekbones and down the bridge of my nose, on the cupid's bow, a bit on my forehead, and also on my chin. And then I do something that's maybe slightly weird. I don't want my highlighter to be too kind of separate on my face, so I just try and blend it into the skin a bit with the powder brush that we used to set the concealer. And then I also used some of the highlighter in the inner corners to make the inner corners pop even more. And then of course I turned to my favorite bronzer, which is the Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula, and again, all the usual places. Chiseling out my cheekbone slightly and going around my forehead and slightly on the sides of my nose and also under my jawline. Just, you know, giving a nice contour to everything, but not too specific, just, you know, an overall bronze. And then I used the MAC Mineralize blush, I believe, in Warm Soul, and also finishing touches with my one true love, which is the Givenchy Healthy Glow Powder in the shade number 2. Last but not the least, we have lips, and I'm using, or well, trying out the Jouer mini liquid lipstick in the shade Dulce de Leche, and it's a beautiful dusty rose or mauve kind of shade, so it went perfectly with this eye look. And as a final thing, of course, setting the whole thing in place with the Milani Make It Last setting spray. And there we have it. So this is the whole look, and I really hope that you liked it. Thank you again so much for requesting this look. I hope that this easy and super quick tutorial gave you some inspiration for the Tartelette palette. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!